Hello, welcome guys. Come on in. How's everyone doing? Who's ready to get some planning done? That was a good break. I got to have something to eat. I got to get some steps in. I got to play with my puzzle. It was fun. Very relaxing. Perfect, actually. Let's see. Felicia, hello, hon. Angela is heading off for sprints with her critique group. Just wanted to leave a thumb. Well, thank you, hon. Lindsay, hello and welcome. Elizabeth, how's it going, hon? How's school going? Everything, are you getting into a bit more of a routine now? Rita, who's ready for some planning of the week. I am so ready. Okay, guys, I'm doing all right. That sounds good. Okay, guys, we are going to dive on in and make our planning take shape for the week ahead and figure out what it is that we need to do, what we want to do, what we could do. I say that because often we have our things that we have no choice but to do, and then we have the things that are sort of our, you know, the things that we want to do that often we don't get time for, those kind of things, right? Let's see, my gold star for this week is scheduling an ENT appointment. Sweet. Well done, hon. Sometimes it's the little things that are hard to do, right? For sure. Okay, guys, we are looking at using our template, which is, there's a link in the description. If you haven't already grabbed it, you can do it without, but it's just easier to have the template because then all the headers are already in place for you, and then you can put everything on the worksheet, and then come back in and then put it into your planner in a prettier way. But if it doesn't bother you and you just want to hit it right to the planner, you can do that too. Okay, guys, and that is page 2. So our first one is basically our ordinary world. This is all the things that we have to do. And then this is the world we want to live in. This is one we're looking to find time for and make a priority. Elizabeth, I am doing all right, and I'm getting caught up. This last day of the class is July 25th, and I am happy that I am back in college. Love that. Okay, guys, we're going to dive right on into our backstory, which is basically what we did last week. How did it go? This is the set of events that have occurred before the main story. We are at that. We're about to begin a new story for a new week. A nice little mini fresh beginning for ourselves. And we want to see basically what we learned from last week so we can keep that and take it with us, and what we want to celebrate. So let's reflect by celebrating our successes and gold star moments and analyzing our challenges, our biggest distractions, we all have them, and our best fixes. And then as well, look at what we've been avoiding, why, question whether it still matters, because sometimes it doesn't. We're going to break it down. We're going to define our first action step, our first little baby step towards success, and we're going to make it priority number 1, and that's going to get into our schedule for Monday morning. So let's take a quick 2 minutes here, guys, and let's figure out that first column of our gold star moments and best fixes and tackle that avoidance and go. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I was playing with the idea of doing a 90-91 challenge again, and I thought I'd do it for writing, but I think I want to make it a health goal instead, and make that the priorities for the morning. Instead of, I kind of been trying to sprinkle it throughout the day, which is okay, but there's some days that I feel like the day gets away from me on that. So I'm going to make it my new 90-91 challenge. So 90 days, 90 minutes, one project. And because I've broken health down into 3 parts, I think I should be able to use that hour and a half very well and tick a lot of boxes that sometimes don't always get ticked. So I think that's what I do for that one. What did you guys come up with? Elizabeth, my allergy symptoms have affected my energy. I have felt emotionally exhausted, but after church and relaxing some today, I am feeling more energized. Perfect. I have school assignments due that I will work on early in the morning tomorrow. Awesome. Rita, I'm back revising Witches of Solace. I revised 5 chapters at 14,544 words so far. Beautiful. With 20 hours of writing time and self-care with journaling and cards too. Delicious. Love it, guys. My reluctance has been, where did I put it? Not sure where I put it. My current editing course that I am on the final assignment, I have been on the final assignment now for 2 weeks. This one's a self-paced one, so there's no teacher hinting that things should get edited. I think part of it is I haven't decided if I want to do another course or not. And, pardon me. So there's no urgency. I mean, I put a lot of energy into finishing off 9091 strong. I've been building up my health, and so it's kind of that extra goal that it got swept a little bit because I didn't define what I needed to do. I didn't break it down, though I should have. I just wrote it down as just what the assignment was. I didn't read through what the assignment was, so I could break it down. So thus I've been avoiding it because in my brain built it up to being bigger than it actually is. I'm going to get that done this week. Okay, guys, let's get into that nitty-gritty of distractions. Things that prevent someone from giving full attention to something else. That is the majority of page 1 because, well, face it, a lot of life is a distraction. And a lot of it we don't have a lot of control over. So we're going to try to take back some control. So the first one we have is major conflicts. I don't even put a timer on for this one because it doesn't technically necessarily apply to everyone. But if you do have something coming up that is going to interrupt your routine, this could be as simple as going to a conference for a few days. Nobody ever thinks that's going to interrupt your routine. It does. It does. It does. It does. So if you have anything coming up that is going to interrupt your regular routines, examples, vacations, major holidays, surgeries, conferences, etc., note it down. Then think about what it is you want to be able to do during that time. If you want to be able to just completely relax, participate, and enjoy and recover, that means you may not want to be taking any work with you. So what work needs to get done in advance of this so you can avoid future conflicts? Example, if you have a publication date coming up shortly after your vacation, but you're still working on edits, it's best if you can get those edits done beforehand, before you go on vacation, so that you can just deal with the publication side of it when you get back from holiday. You don't want to be trying to suddenly cram in those edits. It's not a healthy choice. So think about how you can get ahead of that conflict and what you can do over the next, we'll say it's something that's in a month. You're going to have your summer vacation with the fam. What can you do over the next few weeks to get ahead of that? Let's see. Elizabeth, my sister's birthday is tomorrow, and a friend, my sister, and I are going to go to a place nearby for breakfast in the morning. She will be 24 tomorrow. Well, happy birthday to your friend. That is very cool. Sorry, to your sister. That is very, very cool. Okay, guys, our next one is going to be that pretty simple and easy one that most people use in their planners to note down is those important dates. The only difference is we look at the next 2 weeks, not just the first the week ahead, because we want to make sure that we see what's coming at us. So what holidays, events do you have coming at you? Birthdays, appointments, and commitments that you've made. There's a small area there that you can note down the travel time, any action steps you might have to take, any prep, confirmation is if needed. Even if you're taking your dog to the groomers these days, you look at it having to hit that confirmation button. And if there's any paperwork, which I do have to remember to do this week, there's also a space for the date and a start time and an end time to just help you to get a better focus of the shape of the day it's going to be. All right, guys, so let's dive in for 2 minutes, and I'm going to pull up my Google Calendar for this. I keep saying I'm going to use the monthly calendar. It's just not my thing. It's just so much easier to use tech for our monthly calendars. It really is. So I'm going to, I think, repurpose my monthly calendar or my planner for a little log of mini successes each day. That could be my number of steps, that could be word count, whatever I want to celebrate that day. And then I just have a tiny little box to work from. So it's going to be something quick, and and just a little celebration of each day. Okay, guys, and begin. And it's 2:45. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I need to put a note on that. That is paperwork on that one. Let's go in there. I thought there was one more thing I needed to do. Maybe, I think I got rid of it though. Moved it out of the way. Okay. Yeah. That's not actually as bad as I thought. That's good. I pictured it being a little crazier next week, but I think it's the following one. And it's not even that the whole week is crazy, it's just there's going to be one day that's going to be a little bit of madness. But it's okay because I can see how we have to manage this. Lindsay, I realize next Sunday is really busy. So helpful. Yeah, sometimes that you start putting it on the paper, and that's when you realize that you may have said yes to too many things. I'm excited for this week. Oh, excellent. This one is actually a pretty laid back week. I'm excited for this. The following week, if I can just get over the one day, I think I'll be okay. It's just going to be chaotic and right in the middle, right? Let's see. Rita, a normal week for me with no kids, barbecue and concert with a local singer for Saturday. Sweet. The following week, maybe no kids again, but I'm hosting a rock painting program at the library. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Nail polish or acrylic? Let's see. Elizabeth, I decided to change my YouTube pic from the purple E. Oh, very cool. I'll have to, it won't show me much on this one. I'll have to go look later and see. Okay, guys, our next one is all the nitty gritty, all the little things that we got to do while we're saving the world, right? So we still have to do the dishes and the laundry, right? So these are your life tasks. These are your chores, errands, sleep equation. I say sleep equation because we need to figure out what time we want to get up, how many hours of sleep we want, and then figure out about what kind of downtime we need before bed to basically mellow out enough to basically get good sleep. So there's an equation there to help you with that. There is groceries, meal planning, and cooking overview, so you can check off the meals that you have to prepare, and then figure out which days you want to use for your groceries and meal planning. There's morning and evening routines if there's something you want to change up or make a little different. And your banking bill due dates if there's anything that's coming at you that you need to get paid. And others can be like your insurance, your family time. Maybe there's a different change in your day job schedule. So if you want to note that. And always batch together related tasks to make them a little easier to get done, and it'll save you some time from switching modes all the time. Let's see, Rita, acrylics and probably child-proof, or rather child-friendly. Most of the kids will be under the age of 10. Yes, I agree. Good idea. Okay, guys, let's get that 2-minute timer going up, and let's just list out all the little things we want to get done this week and go. Yep. What did you guys come up with? I need to... And I need to also fill out paperwork. I'm going to put that in 2 places to remind myself. There, that works. Okay, what did you guys come up with? Let's see. Elizabeth, I want to continue to get more organized. Well, you're in the right place, hon. Let's see. The next panel, section, I should say, we're going to work into is our stage 3, the ticking clock. This is a time limit or deadline that adds constraint, obstacles, and ensures the protagonist must act. So you have that upper section here, right section, that has a breakdown of 168 hours. I'm sorry, my voice is being very, very naughty. Now, when you look at that list, you'll notice that some things are not on that list that we would normally take into account. That's because I highly, highly encourage that your health, exercise goal, and your self-care, well, the healthcare by default is going to be calculated into your protected time, but I highly encourage that your health and exercise be one of your protected times, because it's very much about keeping you healthy, keeping the protagonist going for a longer amount of time, so you can protect your energy, protect your overall well-being, your overall mental state, that you are taking time to take care of you. So yeah, I definitely highly recommend that those 2 end up on page 2 under your protected time. Let's see. Elizabeth, executive dysfunction hasn't allowed me to get much cleaning done for a while now, so I'm going to continue to make progress in this area. And remember, you can always use the corners of the room, like you clean one area, one bookcase, one corner of the room, and break it down from there. It's less overwhelming and you'll get more done. So, knowledge of time. You have 168 hours this week. Most of them are already spoken for. So we have 168 hours less, 49 hours for sleep. This is only 7 hours a night, guys. I do not recommend this, but I know a lot of us, this is where we live. So try to get your 8 hours of sleep. I'd say 7 is a bare minimum. The body doesn't really like anything less than that. It doesn't function well. So 49 hours for sleep. 45 is for the day job. That is a standard full-time 8 hours a day job with a half-hour traveling time on each side. So for 45 hours, of course, adjust for your own personal experience in this and personal demand of your day job. 21 hours for meals and cooking. Cooking does take a little bit longer, but in the long run, it is healthier for you. So if you can do it, I recommend, because there's a lot less fat and salt when you get to home cook. And usually it's cheaper too. So nice side benefit of that. 14 hours for family time. That one's an important one for me. Everyone's quite busy, so it's nice to be able to come together in the evening for a couple hours and just be together. 2 hours for errands, 3 hours for chores. These 2 for me quite often move around depending on what's happening. I try to get my schedule my errands when I'm going to be out anyway, so they often land on Wednesdays, but I always try to maximize my outing time to make sure that I have more time at my desk getting things done that I want to do. We have 3.5 hours each for morning routine and evening routine, and it only leaves 27 hours for your goals. So what does your time look like? Let's take a 2-minute timer here and let's start filling in with the numbers that you think will best reflect your current life and how things break down. And go. Let's say 3. Okay, what did you guys come up with? It looks like I get an extra about 5 hours this week, so about 53 total to work from. And I think I've allocated myself enough time for the 2 appointments. Yeah, should be okay. I will probably incorporate some other times that when I'm doing appointments, I'm also running errands, so the time kind of leads together a little bit, but that's it makes it easier. I'd rather overestimate on those than under. Let's see, Elizabeth, oh yes, Lindsay, definitely baby steps. Elizabeth, I find that spending time outside helps my allergy symptoms more than actual allergy medication, but some days I can't be outside much, so spending time outside isn't a fix to my allergy symptoms. Dust mite allergy enjoys the outdoors. Yes, it does. My problem is I still have the dust mite one. I've had that one since I was just little. But I also have the other seasonal allergies too. So the combination sucks. No other words for it. So allergies pills are my friend, and I will lean into them so I can do all the things I want to do. Elizabeth, I have 42 hours of protected time. Sweet. Nice number there. All right, guys. This one is just another way of looking at our time. This is our story beats. This is the frame over which you drape your plot. So we have 5 different ways of looking at your days. Full days are you have all the time in the world. It's yours to decide what you want to do with it. It's a full day. Every decision gets to be yours. Or as close as possible, I should say. If you live with other people, that's not always the case. Half days are generally you have to go to work, but the rest of the time is yours. Pinch days are those super crazy busy days. That is going to be for me, not next week, but the following week. One of those days is just going to not be very much fun, and it is literally taking pre-planning that has already started to make it all come together. Like, it's just gonna be one of those. So that's a pinch day. I don't like them. Those are usually days where you have no choice but to say yes to something, even though there really isn't the time for it. So you agree, and then you have to just work everything else around it. And chaos. I should have called them chaos days. Because that'd be a better description. Your life task days are when you're out running errands and you're going to be out of the house anyway for some reason. If you can, you have appointments or some other commitment, and if you can put your errands into that at the same time, voila, you can simplify your life, have everything, and then the rest of the time you can focus at your desk and getting your work done. And then true days off where you just do all the fun and do all the things that you are wanting to do. Let's see, Rita, 39 hours for protected time. We may be going to visit our son and his family this week. Baby time and 4 hours of travel time. And that we can also tier this, like if you have like a maybe on your schedule like that, you can schedule everything with the base hours, and then have that +5 and just call it the buffer. And then if it doesn't happen, right, or not +5, whatever the calculation you want to use is, then you can have that as a buffer. And then if you guys don't get to go and visit, that's built-in protected time that you can use for the other things that you want to get done. Elizabeth, Wednesday is a pinch day. I work from 10 to 6 on Wednesday. Ooh, that's a full day. Okay, guys, so let's just take that quick little right-hand corner there and just give a little shape to each day as to how you think it will play out. And go. Yeah, should go a little bit out. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I ended up with one day that I'm not sure how to define it. It should not have to be a life task day because I'm doing that the day before, but I am out of the house. What could I do and I need to basically cover but a couple hours for an appointment. Peppers is going to the groomer, so I would like to fill that with something useful if I could. I gave it a half day because I should be able to get some work done in the morning and some work done at night. But the middle of the day is kind of a little hiccup, but it's okay. Let's see, Rita, every day but Saturday could be a full day, but I also, 2 of those could be off family day. I'll know that morning as it normally is. Okay. So yeah, and then you, like I said, you can create them as buffer, or you can create them as, if those days happen, give yourself a few things you want to get done on that. I don't know. All right, guys, so protected time. So why are you so far? Hold on a second, guys. Strange. That should not. Why? Oh, let's get back. This is the problem. At some point, I dragged this over and I was not supposed to. I'm not sure I did that. Let's not do that too often. Alright, so protected time. Time kept safe or defended against interruption so you can achieve what matters to you. And our first column here is the math. We're going to use, first off, we're going to discuss health. Because as I said, if you can, I highly, highly recommend that your health goal end up on your protected time. Because health is more than just going for a run. It is our whole being, our whole outlook, our understanding of ourselves, our how we're feeling moment to moment, the stress level that we endure, all these things. So we have our physical health, which is our movement and exercise. I like to combine those with new skills. So I like to walk and learn. That's what I call, so I can get my steps in, but I can also listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, whatever it is. I find it harder to read and walk. I can, but it's a little more, it's not my favorite thing to do. And then dietary choices that, again, can affect your overall energy and well-being and how you're feeling overall. Your mental state, you can do meditation, you can do your planning. So we have our daily, weekly, our monthly, quarterly, our business goal setting, our budget planning, and then there's scheduling your self-care and getting it in your planner, making it a priority. And then there's that self-discovery, which is your journaling, your morning pages, your process evaluation, taking into account what works, what isn't, what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be left alone, what needs to be revisited. Sometimes we take things that work for us and we try something new because we think, oh, maybe this will work. And then we find out, no, we need to bring that back into the mix because that actually really worked for us. And then personal goals, I like to do those on a 6-week rotation. So if you're doing quarterly planning, you can do 2 of those in a month. And the 6 weeks I find is a nice number to basically be able to evaluate, see changes, but also see that progress, but also be able to make changes if you need to. So let's go on to your protected time. The first rule is you don't give 100%. The right way, you give 95%, always saving that 5% for just surprises, mistakes, underestimating your time, and also just free time. That is very important to not have everything scheduled. Have scheduled what you need to, have a framework of what you want to work toward, but also having nothing to do is good. It's good for us. We forget that sometimes. So the percentages we're going to use is 40% for our big goal. I highly recommend that be your health, because it does encompass a lot and it takes a lot of time to make that all happen. But you will see results doing it because it will support everything else you do. 20% for your medium goals. Each, you get 1 or 2 of those, and then 5% each for your small goals, 1 to 3 of those. And what does that look like in hours? This will also help you to make your calculation. So our example is for 27 hours of focused time. We're going to have 11 hours with 40%. That was rounded up. 20% works out to 5 hours. Everything else is rounded down. And 5% are 1 hour. This is a total of 24 hours of focused time. And then leaving 3 hours for your fun list, which is 5% plus the remainder. So the calculation we're going to use is protected time, time percentage, and that's going to come out to your focused time. Okay, guys, let's dive on in and do the math. And there are spaces allocated for each section for you to make that a little easier. And go. How did you guys do? I ended up with 21 hours for my health goal. I think that's going to work really, really well. And I'm going to add my 90-91 in there challenge to set that off. I think that that'll work beautifully along with the planning and the journaling. Oh, it's gonna be a good 3 months. I'm excited for this. So the next one is our goals pyramid. This is your 1 big goal, your 1 to 2 medium, and your 2 to 3 small goals. You can of course combine these guys up too. So you're going to name your goals, your big picture categories. When choosing where to put your health goal, that depends on how much you wish to give to it. So you do have your time breakdowns there. Maybe you're just starting out, so maybe you don't want 21 hours to give to that. Maybe you want to take one of the medium goals for that and eventually move up. Let's see. So just kind of to figure out what works for you, right? There are already sections provided for you. The first vital slot is already reserved for your fun list. I get 3 hours for my fun list this week. I think I have given myself a new category as well for one of the small ones, buffer. And I build it right on in there as buffer time. And that way, if things take longer, or if something takes, something goes sideways or there's a mistake or something, I am covered because I have 3 hours that are undesignated. Back when my daughters were younger, I used to do Scholastic Book Fair chair. And every year I would have somebody ask me why I didn't actually schedule myself at one of the stations. And that's because I was the one who organized it and knew all the workings of every station. So if something went wrong, I could jump around and help where it was needed and then get things back going. So they always thought it was strange that I didn't position myself as cashier or door person or whatever, because I had to be able to move if I needed to, because I needed to be ready for anything that came along. Let's see, Elizabeth, my big goal is studying schoolwork. Beautiful. And a medium goal is to get organized. I love that. So let's take a quick 2-minute timer here and let's fill in what each box is going to be and go. Great. So what did you guys come up with? I have my editing goal down there because I'm going to get back on track with that one. I think part of it as well is in my mind, the course was going to take longer to move through, and I went through it faster than I thought. So I think part of that was my brain was going, you can set that one aside for a little bit. But I don't want to do that because there's new ones coming up and I want to be able to take them if I want to, or move on to new editing tasks, including creating a website. So being a it's been a while since I created a website for anything. So I want to get to that. Let's see. Elizabeth, a small goal is to go to a tire place to get my tires looked at. I have time in the morning on Thursday to do it, so I'll do it then, so that that tire light in my car can stop showing up, and I don't end up with a flat tire. Ooh, that is good. I like that you have it figured out which day. I love the details there. That is beautiful. Do you need to book an appointment for that? Should you have a phone call in there as well? Or is this something you can just show up for and they'll do it? Sort of like a Mr. Lube type thing. Lindsay, I've got a work project to finish, packing for dog sitting, and my Camp Nano project. Beautiful. Love that. All right, guys, we're going to head on into our stage 7, which is plotting and the plan. That's your series of related events making up a story and an intention or decision about what one is going to do. This is our pre-plan, so we can start figuring out with the time that we have how we're going to break things down and what we're going to work on and what we want to focus on. So the first one we're going to start off with is pretty easy. What are the projects that are ongoing, recurring, new, on hold, or pulled from your monthly or quarterly plan that's designated for this week? Which projects are going to move these goals forward, right? Let's see. Rita, starting my writing academy with Sarah's video with one of medium goals, as well as health and writing goals. Perfect. Chat. I think we're going to give us more. Elizabeth, I can call the place and see how long it would take to get it done since I have chemistry lab at 12 p.m. on Thursday. Sweet. Yeah, because you also have a constraint on your time as a class starting, right? So that works. All right, guys, let's get our 2-minute timer up and let's populate our plan with the projects that are going to move us forward this week and go. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I was going to dive right into the read through for the first draft of Project Ballad, but I've decided to take a step back and I'm doing some brainstorming first of just kind of what's in my heart for this story, what I've learned about the characters without reading anything. And that way, when I go back through for the read through, I can kind of look at the scenes and see what stays, what goes, what could be tweaked to still work. And that way I have a better picture of what I want this book to be versus just reading through that hot mess and just getting frustrated, which may easily happen. I will probably still do some version of a reverse outline to take note of what is there, just in case I change my mind on something that I can go back and refer to this. All right, guys, our next one is going to be the plan. This is all the subtasks to keep in mind. So these are your min tasks, your banking, meeting, workshops, courses, any skill-paced videos or reading that you want to do, live sprints. This is anything that is going to support you and help you with your accountability to achieving your goal. Getting your butt into the chair and having that community around you is very helpful. Journaling can help you to unlock ideas for your stories, help you to get know your characters better, helps get you to help you to understand yourself better, and then having clear targets so that you know this week that you want to work on X number of scenes or chapters, and it gives you something to work toward. Because then if you don't give a number at all, you might only work on one chapter when you could have had the time to actually work on 5 and move forward a little bit faster. So, and always batch together related tasks. There's also, last week I did this as a separate, but I think I'm going to combine it today. The deep focus time. If you look for windows in your time where you can sit down and have a deep focus time, about 2 to 3 hours, and then work specifically on one of your projects, maybe once or twice a week. And that way you can really move those bigger projects forward by having that deep focus state. And you can support this again with the live live sprints, because you'll have that accountability built right in. So let's get a 2-minute timer up and get our details out there. Okay. Oop. What did you guys come up with? Let's see, Rita, I scheduled a sprint session with with Heart Breathings. Reading Community are a great place for deep focus times. Oh, I agree. I agree. Definitely. Coming together and that accountability, that built-in time slot so you get started. Highly, highly recommend. Okay, guys. Sorry, my voice is being very rude by trying to leave. Now the fun one, your fun list. We are going to populate this with some of the activities that we actually enjoy doing. Often we will find ourselves with a time that we can actually have some self-care, do something just for ourselves, and then we procrastinate because we don't actually know what that is. So we are going to make ourselves a little mini plan, a list of what it is that brings us joy, and make sure those things are available to us so that we can sit down during our self-care time and just enjoy, and we don't procrastinate on being there for ourselves. So you have your favorite activities, getting outdoors, trying something new. I bought a puzzle. I haven't done a puzzle since I was probably since my kids were little, basically, and doing puzzles with them. So this was just something not necessarily new, but new to me again, right? Your reading time, you're playing games, doesn't matter. Video, card games, board games, they all count. So let's do 2 minutes and we'll populate our fun list with all the things that bring us joy. I wrote a little side note to myself that to allow myself for a short and long sessions of self-care, because I actually am finding it quite joyful to just open the box of puzzle pieces and just play with them and look through them and place down a few pieces, and it feels good, and I can see the puzzle coming together, and just that way it doesn't become something that feels like a chore. It's just a few minutes of just fun. All right. Let's see, Rita, I find that I keep making the list, but when I have the scheduled self-care time, I tend to read or just watch TV. I have a tarot deck kit from Christmas, and I haven't even opened the box. Oh, I love that. That sounds like such a fun thing to do. Maybe your first step on that would be to bring the box out. It's probably tucked at a corner. Put it out on a space where you can actually use it. Put the markers or paints with it, whichever one you're choosing to use. And then just pull a card at random and have it at the ready. You can have it in the closed box, but maybe like have it at the top ready to go. And then just give yourself that 10-minute window to start coloring it in, right? And that way you start making just little changes. Originally, the only thing I forced myself to do on the puzzle was to make the frame, all the outer pieces, because I know that if I did that, the puzzle would become less intimidating and I would have more fun doing it, because then I'm just filling it in as I go and I can already see the shape of it. So yeah, if there's some small thing that you can do to make it so it's a little easier to get started, do that. I know the kids come in the house, so think about where you want to put it, that they don't go coloring them for you. Right? Okay, guys. So stage 8 is the protagonist, you, the character who drives the action, and we're going to look at our new skills, our misbeliefs, and some daily habits that we can take in to add to our lives or continue if they're working for us. So your new and continued skills are: what knowledge are you lacking? Your sources can be YouTube books and courses. Is it free? Do you have to apply for it? Or do you just simply purchase it? Or sometimes you have to apply for it and purchase it. What does your reading study time look like? What does your coursework look like? Your practice time. Literally taking that skill and using it so that you can actually master it. Always an excellent goal. And then your evaluation. Who's evaluating? Do you have a teacher, or are you evaluating yourself? And what scale are you going to use to determine if you are succeeding? Often I put just the time to this. If I'm putting in the time, then things are going to start to add up, right? Rita, it's near my desk. I bought new markers. Maybe I'll schedule it during Angela's sprints since hers is only 20 minutes. I love that. And it could just be one, right? One sprint, and that could be your self-care sprint. I love that. All right, guys, and let's do the 2 minutes and begin. Sweet. For that one, I'm going to, I have a ebook that I'm reading right now to support Project Secret, and just trying something new, something different, and if it's successful, It will go live on Amazon and maybe wide in the, I'm hoping for Q4, but maybe more, if I'm being realistic, since this is my first forte into this, I'm going to say maybe more likely Q1. But I can't wait to see this come together. I'm excited for this project, and just taking in the information stage, that the information that I need at this stage to make that a reality. All right, guys, our misbeliefs. What bad choices have you been making that are affecting your overall health, energy, and concentration? For me, it's gluten. As you guys know, I'm celiac, and I've been heavily relying on my cheater pills lately because of all the yummy options. So I am having to, this week, I think, do a reset week and get my body back to that normal state, because it is, have not been kind. I have not. So our example that we have is to drink water in place of sugary drinks. Best like, oh, thank you, Rita. I will share more as it comes together, guys. Okay, let's take a quick couple of minutes and figure out what your misbelief is. What thing you think that you can getting away with that you are starting to feel the effects of. And let's fix it and go. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I basically, to hopefully make it easier to manage, I will still allow myself 1 or 2 days of having a little gluten, but I'm going to combine those with the days that I'm out anyway, because it is easier for me to manage the gluten-free environment at home, instead of trying to do it when I'm out. I know many places I can eat gluten-free, so hopefully it'll just be the one day. But this way, I can kind of look at it as a little bit of a treat. And that will also give me a few days ahead of that as well, that I can just kind of take a break from it, and get my system back the way it needs to be. I feel more tired when I eat a lot of gluten. It's not good. It messes up my whole system, and I know better than to do this. I know. Okay, guys. Rita, I need to drink more water and more veggies than bread. Ugh. I actually have found a local bakery that makes a beautiful gluten-free potato bread, which I absolutely love, but I should probably, bread is never good for you. It tastes good, but it's not really good for you. So even then, I still should try to up the veggies. And maybe this week, because we have a lot of heat this week, it would be a great week for another veg tray in the fridge, something that's easy to grab. No cooking required. We have a high, I guess Tuesday, we're going to hit like something insane, like 36, 37 degrees Celsius. I don't want to cook, guys. I don't. That's too hot. Even my poor AC is going to die if I do that. So kind of having things that are easy, maybe some salads or something, and keep it simple. Let's see, Elizabeth, I have felt overwhelmed last week and the week before with these allergy symptoms and dealing with my busy life, and felt like I'm further behind than I am. Yes, and it does. It gets into your head, right? You're not getting as much done. So you often don't check in with your planner as much because you feel like you're in this urgent state, and it just kind of cascades, right? Let's see. I now see that I am doing better than I thought. Love that. But improvements can always be made. And that is always true, guys. And baby steps, right? Sometimes I'm too hard on myself. True, we all are. Well, I have heard it's a heat wave out in BC. Yes. We are trying to break some more records because that's all we've done this year. I'm done. I am a Vancouver girl, guys. I was born and raised here. And yeah, we have warm summers, but these temperatures are not us. This is not what we do here. We are a coastal city. Usually we're pretty moderate temps, and it hasn't been, so yeah. We actually have programs in place to get ACs to people who need them, who may not actually be able to afford them. That's how how scary our world is becoming in terms of climate change. We're trying to protect those who I mean, I don't know about you guys, growing up, AC was kind of a luxury and something you could kind of do without, like it wasn't a need, and it's kind of becoming one. Let's see, Elizabeth, yeah, I haven't used my new planner, but just a tiny bit. I misplaced my planner and I'm upset, but I'll find it. Oh, yes. I have gotten in the habit of, I used to close it. I don't even close it. I actually took the bookmarks that were in it and I took them all out and put them at the front of the cover. So now it sits open on the page, and it's in my face every time I come to my desk, and I find that's helping a lot. And I've been putting it up. I had it on the desk before where I quite often would put things on top of it. Not helpful. Now I put it up. Underneath, I have my worksheets for my planning, so I can refer to them if I need to. But at the same time, if it's in the planner, which is the point, to get into your planner, you don't have to, right? It's there. It's easy access. If I need it, I just lift up the planner and boom, there it is. But generally speaking, I've already put everything in the planner, so it's all in one place. So I hope you find it. Good luck, hon. I'm sure it's just tucked under and sometimes maybe fell down the side of something. It happens. Rita, growing up, my dad set up a cooling system while watering the grass. We had the backyard and always got to play in the water sprinklers. Now I have a floor fan for cooling. Yeah, it's different, right? I mean, we had the water sprinkler. We ran outside, and now it's like, I can't even imagine. Like today we are, what are we doing here right now here? Current temp. We are looking at, come on, 32 degrees right now. And that's not even a hot day. We're going to get hotter over the next 2 days. No. Just no. Okay, guys. So your rising action. All the events that happen in a story on the way to the climax. The climax will be what we when we evaluate next Sunday and we sit down together, 6 p.m. Eastern, guys, if you want to put that in your calendar, and we can come together and we can look and see what we accomplished and cheer each other on. We can share what our best fixes were so we can support each other in finding new ways to do better and get more done. We'll also keep taking care of ourselves. So I hope you guys will join me next Sunday for that. And so the outline, you're going to create your master plan ideal week. If you guys are using something like, so what I've been doing is, this is the Legend Planner. So I've been dividing this page up and drawing in these lines here. So here I put all my scheduled. Here I put all of my main goal stuff, my business goals and stuff. And then here's kind of the personal column. Saturday and Sunday, nothing I can do about it. That's how they're drawn. And then I've been dividing this up so I can do my top goals. I should have a line here, which I did not draw, but that way I can break everything down and I can take the worksheet and choose and define what it is that I want to do more easily. And it actually already has the built-in little habit tracker, which is nice. This one it's supposed to be like your main goal. Sometimes I fill it out, sometimes I don't. But I find this to be quite easy to use, and it's keeping me more centered. Let's see, Elizabeth, today it got to 92 degrees and now it is 87. We played with the 92 yesterday. I didn't like it. Earlier my car said 99 degrees when I got in it this afternoon. Whew, ouch. It cooled down just a bit after driving for a bit. Yes, exactly. All right, guys, you're going to secure your protected time in your planner. You're going to schedule in your self-care, your mental health, and your buffer days. If you have any that you're pulling from your monthly or quarterly planning, or if you actually veto that, if you feel that you need them this week, because that is the idea behind them. We only put them in if we need them, right? If everything's going smoothly, we don't need them right now, right? And the buffer days can also, I find the buffer days, I like them to be around mid-month and around the end. That way I can do like a catch-up day. And if I can do that, then I find that it's more manageable and I remember to use them. And always, guys, this is your first draft of your weekly plan, so make adjustments as needed. That's why we do the worksheet first, so that we can actually see. And you know what? I realized I skipped over our daily habits. So let's quickly take 2 minutes and we will get our daily habits in there and figure out what are 3 to 5 things that we're going to do daily to help support our goals and get us across the finish line. So for example, if you're walking 5K per day is going to be connected to your health goal, and daily writing, or daily, I don't want to say daily writing because that makes it sound like you always have to new words. Checking in with your writing project, whether that be journaling, outlining, brainstorming, actually getting fresh words or editing words, whatever it is, checking in with your writing on a daily basis, even for 15 or 20 minutes, is going to keep you connected to your writing goal and make it easier, and you're less likely to lose details. Okay, guys, and proceed. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I am making Project Ballad a daily goal. I'm going to try this 9091 walking goal. Now, health goal. It does take me about 90 minutes to get the steps that I need. Do I knock them out in the morning and get them done first? Or the other option is I can break them down to 3 30-minute sprints and sprinkle them throughout the day. Hard to decide. I may have to start with the 3 and then work my way up because I don't know if I'm ready for the full 90 yet. I would have been able to do that before, but that was last year and that was past me. Let's see, Elizabeth, I'm going to bullet journal, which is something I said I'd do right before my allergy symptoms flared up. Get it out, keep it open, and keep it simple, right? Always, always, always. Makes life easier. I highly recommend stickers and washi for a little color. The gorgeous, beautiful bullet journals that you see, they are so tempting, but they take a lot of time, guys. They really do. Okay, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Reset your space, get your planners out. I hope you guys have an amazing Monday morning and you knock off whatever that thing is that you've been avoiding and get it done. I'm going to get my editing one done. I don't know if I can get it done tomorrow, but I'm going to get the read-through done on it. That I'm going to get done. That I can do tomorrow morning and get done. And I can check that box and say that I did it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will see you guys next weekend. Let's see, I plan to put positive quotes in my bullet journal. That's a great idea. It's quick. It's easy. You could even do a cut and paste from the internet into a doc. And then when you sit down to plan, voila, you can just grab from that. And whatever just sparks your interest for that day, there it is. Also, screen capture is a great one too on your phone. If you come across a fantastic quote that really works for you, just take a quick screenshot and you'll have that archived and ready for you when you're ready for that little bit of a positivity boost. Okay, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you next weekend for writing sprints and for our plan with me. Like I said, I'm aiming for 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, so I hope you guys will join me then. Thank you. Bye, guys.